Hello students, a very good morning. So I am here once again to continue with the same lesson that we had been studying since the last video. And in the last video we studied about assertive or declarative sentences and how to change from affirmative to negative sentences. I hope you all have watched that video and gone through that. Now today we will study about interrogative sentences. I know you all might be knowing what the biggest sign of an interrogative sentence is. So there are two biggest signs that tell you whether a sentence is an interrogative sentence or not. And what are those two signs? First is the sentence will always ask you a question, okay? And second, it is always going to end with a question mark. So these are the two biggest signs. Let's see an example to understand it better. So the example that you can see on the board is, where do you live? So now it is asking you a question, right? And it is ending with a question mark. Also, if we take another example, a very common sentence that we ask everybody, how are you? So how are you is a question. When someone asks you or you ask someone how are you, you expect an answer, right? So you are asking a question, and how are you will always end with a question mark. Got it? Now we come to the second part of the board. You can see I have written kinds of interrogative sentences. So now we are studying about these two kinds. It's very simple, don't panic, it's easy. Okay, so the first kind is the sentences that begin with words. You can see on the board, sentences that begin with the words who, what, which, how, why, whom, whose, and where. So first kind is the sentences that begin with the words given or written on the board in part 1, and these sentences, the questions that begin with these words, what I just read, they are always answered in a complete sentence. How? We'll understand this through an example in a better manner. Now if I ask you, where do you live? You will answer, I live in Allahabad or I live in Delhi. If I ask you, whom do you think is the culprit? So you will answer, I think whatever name, say Rahul, is the culprit. So you are answering in a complete sentence, right? So this is the first kind of interrogative sentence, where it begins with the given words that are mentioned and it needs to be answered in a complete sentence. Now coming to the second part, there are questions that begin with helping verb, also called auxiliary verbs. Helping verbs, also called auxiliary verbs. Now what are these helping verbs or auxiliary verbs? So you can see I have given you the list of auxiliary verbs. It's written on the board. Auxiliary verbs are is, am, was, were, has, have, had, do, does, did, will, shall, would, should, may, might, can, could, ought, etc. Now these are words. We all have like heard, or maybe we use it in daily language, a sentence like, is she coming? Am I looking good? Was he good to you? Or was she good to you? Right? Or has the train arrived? So these words, there are questions that start or that begin with auxiliary verbs. What is the other term for auxiliary verbs? Helping verbs. Okay, so there are questions that begin with auxiliary verbs. How can they be answered? They can be answered in yes or no. If I ask you, like at times when we ask someone, am I looking good? We say yes or no according to how the person is looking. Has the train arrived? Yes or no. Right? So there are questions that begin with auxiliary verb. They can be answered in yes or no. This is the second type of interrogative question. So let's come to the example. The example is, are you going out today? So you can simply answer it in yes, or you can answer it in no. According to whether you are going out or not, you can answer in yes or no. So again, we'll revise. There are two kinds of interrogative sentences. First one, that need to be answered in complete sentences, and they begin with the word given in the first part. Like all the words that are given in the first part, it can begin with any of those words. And second type is questions that can be answered in yes or no. Such questions begin with auxiliary verb. So have you understood till here? Okay, so now besides the two main kinds of sentences that we studied about, this is not really a type, but you need to know this, that there are some interrogative sentences that sometimes they are interrogative only in the form. That means when you ask, or when someone asks you that question, they don't really want an answer. Means they do not ask the question to get an answer. It is only asked to lay stress on something or to emphasize something. Okay? Now what is it? Let us understand this through an example for this to be clear in your minds. The example says, who can say she's 80 years old? Or maybe if you look at someone and they are little bit on a chubby side, means they are not thin, if they are little bit on a chubby side and they dance well, so you can say, who could think that she could dance well or he could dance well? So you don't really want an answer, but you are laying stress, or you are stressing upon the fact that the person is a good dancer. Similarly, in the sentence, that is the example that is given, who can say she's 80 years old? So here you already know she's 80 years old. You don't need an answer. You are saying this, or rather asking this question in a way that you are laying stress, or you are emphasizing on the fact that she looks so young that it does not seem she's 80 years old. So now you understood this part. There are some interrogative sentences which are only interrogative in form. I'm repeating that again, okay? They are not asked to obtain any information. They are not asked to get an answer, but only to make the sentence or the statement more emphatic, only to lay stress upon a fact or something. Okay? Now, the last part of the interrogative sentences is, we studied assertive, right? Assertive is what? Basically it's only a sentence and it only declares something. It's a simple sentence and it ends with a full stop. Now here also, these interrogative sentences, they can be transformed into assertive sentences, and assertive sentences can be transformed to interrogative sentences. If you can see, I have written assertive, change and interrogative. So those two arrows going in the opposite direction means from assertive you can change to interrogative, and from interrogative you can change to assertive. The only rule here is meaning should not change. The meaning should remain the same. Okay, now let us see this through two examples. So the first one is there anyone better than Jason in class? See, here it is the same what we just studied in the first part, what you can see on the board. This is laying a stress on the sentence that there is no one better than Jason in class. It is not being asked to, get an answer. The person is not asking to get an answer or get any information. It is just, the person is just asking the question to lay stress on the fact that Jason is best in class, that there is nobody better than Jason in class. Okay? Now, this is exactly like the first part, what you can see on the board. Now, we again come back to how to change it. The first example is there anyone better than Jason in class? And then there's a question mark. So it is clearly telling you that it is starting with an auxiliary or helping verb, and it is ending with a question mark. That means it is telling you this is an interrogative sentence. So now from interrogative you can change to assertive. Assertive means you only declare something. It is just a simple sentence. So to change it from a question to a simple sentence without changing the meaning, we just say there is no one better than Jason in class. Okay? Second example is, what will change his mind? So it is starting with what and it is ending with a question mark. That means it is telling you that it is an interrogative sentence, it's a question sentence. And how can we change it to assertive? What will change his mind? So you can get, when someone asks what will change his mind, you generally say nothing will change his mind. So or when you answer, you give any answer, instead of nothing it could have been like anything. A trip can change his mind, or a chocolate. If we talk about a little child and if you want the child to do something, so you will say a chocolate can change his mind, right? So you just made it from a question sentence to a normal sentence, or a sentence that is simply declaring something or telling something, and it is ending with a full stop. Now in the same way, if the sentence would have been there is no one better than, come back to the first sentence, okay, first example. If the sentence would have been there is no one better than Jason in class, and you have to change it to interrogative, so you can say is there anyone better than Jason in class? Again it is meaning the same, that there is nobody who's better than Jason. Jason is the best. Okay, again the second one, nothing will change his mind. From assertive you can change it to interrogative. What will change his mind? Understood till here? So okay, so for now, for this class we'll stop here and we'll continue in the next class. I hope you've understood. Keep revising whatever is being taught. Be good, stay at home and stay safe. Thank you.